Hello everyone. Since Matthias Bréchamp took over as head of Longines in 2020, the brand has shown a remarkable move up market, combining on the one hand attractive designs truly able to appeal to serious collectors of fine watches and on the other precision mechanics. Proof of this is that I, who for a long time kept my distance from Longines without ever really falling for any of their watches, now find that the brand is releasing some truly beautiful models. Just to name a few, I'm thinking of the Mage Tech, the Legend Diver in 39mm, the Spirit Zulu Time, and the Flyback. The range has truly become very appealing and interesting, and this new addition to the current Longines catalog confirms it for us more than ever. But as always, before introducing it to you, I'd like to take you on a brief journey into Longines' past, and more specifically, into their work in the world of pilots' watches, and even more particularly in the realm of GMT watches, because just as we owe the first wristwatches, chronographs, and flyback watches to Longines, it is also Longines that we owe the very first GMT watch in history. At the beginning of the 20th century, in fact, Longines received an order from the Ottoman Empire that would give rise to what would be called Turkish watches, namely dual time zone pocket watches that were delivered to their client in 1908. One of these two time zones displays Turkish time and the other displays Western time. Longines protected this initial innovation by filing a patent in 1911. In 1925, the brand now owned by the Swatch Group took things a significant step further by creating the first wristwatch capable of displaying an additional time zone. This marked the debut of the Zulu Time model, the first GMT watch in history. So Zulu refers to the time format that is universally used in professional and military aviation, and it corresponds to UTC plus 0, which is the time at the Greenwich Meridian. Following this first piece from 1925, Longines would continue to closely support the conquest of the skies with models that I won't go into detail about here. In 2020, however, the brand introduced the Spirit collection to its catalog, which 2 years later welcomed the Spirit Zulu Time, allowing the brand to reclaim its glorious past in the realm of GMT watches. It first appeared in a 42mm version, which was followed a few months later by a 39mm version. The various references alternate between different materials and colors for the dial and bezel. Today, in 2025, Longines has chosen to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the appearance of its 1925 Zulu Time with an anniversary model, which I am going to talk to you about now. The first feature of this new release lies in the choice of a 39mm diameter with a thickness of 13.5mm. The Spirit Zulu Time also exists in a 42mm version. In my opinion, the choice of the smaller 39mm size was made for two main reasons. First of all, the aim was to develop, to offer an anniversary model that celebrates the centenary of an iconic watch in history. The original specifications of the 1925 model may seem small by today's standards, but they were in line with the standards of the Timenamli 34 by 24mm. We're talking about a small rectangular case, which no doubt meant that in 2025 the choice would fall on the smaller of the two diameters offered by the Spirit Zulu Time, that is 39mm. The second reason, in my opinion, lies in the fact that this is a universal diameter. These 39mm can suit a wide range of wrists, including women. On this case, we find a simple yet aesthetically pleasing quality of craftsmanship, with beautifully satin-brushed surfaces enhanced by mirror-polished bevels, offering elegance and subtlety in the alternation of finishes, which are also carried over to the bracelet. The second feature of the model will not have escaped your notice visually, as it is the presence of a bidirectional rotating bezel fitted with an 18-karat rose gold insert. This is the first Spirit Zulu Time to use such a bezel insert. We had the pleasure of seeing, no doubt you remember, it was in June 2023. If my memory serves me, Rita, Spirit, Zulu Time, fitted with a yellow gold bezel, enhanced by a chocolate ceramic insert. That was, by the way, a truly beautiful piece, and you can find a review and photos on the Watch Observer website. Here, a different option has been chosen. We have an old steel case and a bidirectional steel bezel as well, just like its slightly older sibling from 2023, adorned with a rose gold insert featuring a circular satin brushed finish. This material, by the way, is meant to directly evoke the copper strip that physically marks the Greenwich Meridian in London. As a result, at least for me, the look is more streamlined and a bit more utilitarian than the 2003 version with its ceramic insert. On the dial side, the Spirit Zulu Time 1925 also draws heavily from its slightly older sibling from June 2023. It features a matte black dial. On the 2023 version, it was matte anthracite. And here, on this anniversary version, it features rose gold applied Arabic numerals accented with a luminescent insert, just like the hands, which are exactly the same on both models, including the beautiful two-tone GMT end with its luminescent tip. We also find the same golden hue on the dial's markings and applique, namely the logo at 12 o'clock and the 5 stars position at 6 o'clock. However, there are two major differences that set the 2023 model apart from this anniversary version. First, this new version features a simplified minute track, and secondly, there is a very discreet engraving on either side of the date window at 6 o'clock, displaying the years 1925 and 2025 to mark the centenary of this first GMT watch in history. With perfect legibility in all conditions, this new Longines also features a marking on the dial indicating chronometer. Indeed, like its slightly older predecessor, it is equipped with a mechanical self-winding movement certified as a chronometer by the COSC. To be precise, it is the late 144.4 caliber, designed by ETA, Longines' sister company within the Swatch Group. This is a latest generation movement produced exclusively for Longines. Its features are highly respectable, to say the least, as it first offers a power reserve of up to 72 hours. It is equipped with a silicone balance spring, which ensures resistance to magnetic fields as required by the ISO 764 standard, and as a chronometer certified movement, it boasts a daily deviation that does not exceed -4 to +6 seconds per day. For this anniversary edition, however, Longines is innovating by fitting the case back with a transparent crystal, allowing the movement inside to be seen. And since the brand is not known for doing things halfway, they offer us a beautiful PVD-coated oscillating weight with a color that matches the bezel insert. So we have a rose PVD treatment with a slightly coppery hue, once again evoking that line, that band marking Greenwich. And the brand adds to it a laser engraving of a planisphere crossed by the Greenwich Meridian, highlighted with a double Longines and Zulu Time marking. A quick word to finish to talk about the bracelet. As I mentioned earlier, the model comes with an elegant and sturdy steel bracelet. Although it does lack an adjustment system that would allow you to add or reduce a few millimeters in length, which would be useful in case of temperature changes. However, this bracelet is equipped with a quick release system that allows you to easily remove the steel bracelet with a simple press and replace it with another strap. And as I mentioned earlier, Longines is not known for doing things halfway, and so they deliver this new model with an additional strap, which in this case is a black NATO style strap made of durable fabric. Its look matches particularly well with the watch head, and as I said before, gives it a slightly more instrumental, cooler and more casual vibe. So what is my opinion on this new Longines? As I mentioned earlier in the introduction, the arrival of Matthias Bréchamp at Longines has been accompanied by an upgrade in quality and desirability of Longines creations. It has also been accompanied on, I believe one leads to the other by, a renewed focus on and highlighting of the key milestones, strengths and contributions of Longines to the history of watchmaking in general. We've seen this with the flyback, we've seen it with the GMT function. This new version is here to celebrate the centenary of the very first GMT watch in history, which we owe to Longines. For me, by the way, it is one of the few, if not the only watch complication that is truly useful in the 21st century. Chronographs and other moon phase complications are certainly beautiful in their execution, but their usefulness in daily life is relatively limited. Longines has therefore chosen to celebrate today the essential role it played in the world of watches with multiple time zone displays, but it has chosen to do so with restraint and elegance. This Longines Spirit Zulu Time 1925 indeed demonstrates restraint in several respects, I repeat myself. First of all, restraint in terms of size, since it opts for a modest diameter of 39 mm. Restraint also when it comes to materials, as we have a watch made entirely of steel, simply enhanced with a gold bezel insert, but discreet since it is brushed. Restraint is also evident on the face, as the brand offers us a dial that is highly functional yet beautifully understated, and restraint in terms of price, since Longines is offering this model at 4,450 euros. However, Longines has chosen to make a statement for this centenary. So, first of all, there is a subtle marking on either side of the 6 o'clock index that reads 1925, 2025. There is a transparent case back that reveals a very beautiful laser engraved oscillating weight, which enhances the onboard precision mechanics. And finally, there's a nice package with a black NATO strap that changes the look of the watch. Very nice. So all that's left for me is to wish a very happy anniversary to this watch and to Longines for this centenary. And to invite you who have just watched this video to share your comments, questions, and thoughts with me. And I'll see you very soon for another review. Bye.